I'm still running the news channels in the background, forcing myself to make myself sick every fucking day doing it. And from what I can see, everything that I was saying under the Michael Oziak channel, under the Candace Owens series about everything coming to a head, and things should be getting more obvious to everybody, about these things that we called rights, the Constitution. The other day I was in the car with my daughters learning about the Constitution at school and the Bill of Rights and all the laws that we created and everything like that. Um, it was all so phony, and to try to point that out to people, they're being, in other words, I'm not psychic. I don't even believe in psychic ability. uh, I was told, just like you were all told, that it was going to go down like this. We were going to finally be told that we really don't have any rights to free speech, right? Start with the First Amendment. We never had any rights to free speech. News people had the right to speak whatever they were being told. If you chose the right side, if you chose to speak on the side that was acceptable, then you were allowed to speak. But that's not free speech, because ever since I found the true system, what I'm showing you here now, mice never had any free speech. They would send people in and delete my videos. I'm not even quite sure why they deleted a lot of the videos. They deleted. I don't know if there was something in there that I missed, something that I said or showed that was any different than all these other videos that I do, because I don't know, was there body imagery in one of them or something that I don't know. So I'm not going to waste my time guessing either, but it's in the back of my mind um, that I certainly never had any free speech. My videos are locked up. The algorithms are against me. I noticed that right from the beginning. I was telling that to Rick from A Tripping Sponge when we were doing our series together. It was funny to watch as I went along. I was mentioning the Quantum of Conscience series. Quantum of Conscience series, I believe, was 100 parts to the series, and there are, I don't think, any left. Maybe one or two. I'd have to go look. But I haven't been on the channel in a while now. Anyway, then the other one I forgot about too, and there are zero left, I believe, is Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth series. There's nothing left of that one. Santos Bonacci, I think I did 100 to 150 parts of that series. Lucky if there's 50 to 75 left. Certain series got knocked down. I myself have deleted, had to, forced to, in the sense that I had copyright strikes on videos and shit like that. They would nail me with that. So I myself had to delete, I don't know, probably a good 1,500, 2,000 videos since I started all this. As you can see, the way I do my videos, I learned, don't take it personally, because I don't waste a lot of time. Even talking to the camera like I'm doing right now. If this video fails, if it doesn't go up, then it sucks for me. I wasted time even talking, thinking. I wasted my thought process on nothing because it gets deleted. That's why I'm careful not to make sure, I'm careful not to play music in the background anymore, even if it's my own music. A lot of things, you walk by somebody with a radio or drive by a gas station that's playing radio at the pump, shit like that. Makes you have to think about shit that you shouldn't even have to think about, because there's so many laws, rules, and regulations. And then now they're coming out and telling you that, they're starting this new agency to stop freedom of speech, is really what it is. I mean, what they're doing. But that was always there. It was always there. They're just now telling you about it. So does that mean that freedom of the press, meaning that Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and other people who are on the conservative side are going to lose their free speech. No, 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 no. As long as you're speaking for one side or the other that's allowed, the sides that are allowed, then all that's just a fuck show. They will still be allowed to run Fox Channel, and they still because they're all the same. They're all the same. They pretend it's an act. They pretend to be on different sides and opposite sides, and I'm sure on the lower levels, maybe they don't know. Like I always use my own family and friends as an example because I'm a nobody, but they're all part of this nonsense as well. My own family and friends are all part of this shit show because every time I talk to them about anything I'm trying to show you here, they run away from it. They'll run back to all their religions, even the scientific religions, the religions of science and medicine and all that. Um, but a lot of the shit that I was saying under that Candace Owens series, because I'm not even done with the Candace Owens series, I'm going to go through the moon and then I'm going to get into, try to finish up with the Metellus and talk about the Metellus at the end of the series. But I'm trying to reestablish, get a new channel going because I'm positive they're going to shut down the Michael Oziak channel for sure. I've been saying that since the beginning, but I mean it's just getting to the point now where it just seems so obvious that that's what they're going to do. I'm trying to play the game. I'm trying to slick them out, and they know that. The AI knows that. So there's nothing I can really do about it except just stay away from the channel. If I go in on the channel and I post anything else on there and take one more chance, then they're going to shut the channel down and then nobody will be able to even go to the channel. So what's the sense, right? Uh, the other thing, all the what I was saying about Biden crashing the system and crashing the United States and dividing up the states and everything like that, that should also be becoming more and more apparent as we're pushing along here. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. Every day they come back out with something else that lets everybody see, hey, you know, this is ridiculous. We don't have a constitution. We've never lived by it, really. We never have. It's all been a game and a show. That's why I was trying to point that out at the start of the series for Candace Owens. Um, this being a political party series, um, but it's not guesswork, and it's not me having any psychic ability. All it is me listening to what they actually tell us. Like I was saying in the beginning of Candace's series, they'll never tell you the truth straight up about anything. It's always going to come in the form of their comedy strips and their cartoons and their board games and their uh, conspiracy channels and shit like that. That's the way you get truth. Um, so you have to read between the lines of everything. The same thing they did with the biblical scripts and all the other religions, the geocentric model, same thing. I always say geocentric model is just as big of a lie as the heliocentric model is. So, they were already on top of all that. So we leave the lie of the heliocentric model and go back to what? A geocentric model? They both carry godly religions with them because I noticed that because you got everybody from, oh, we live in a hologram. No, we don't. Oh, it's the Matrix. We live in a Matrix. Nope, that was just a movie. That's just one of your movie stars. They got similarities, but no, that's not. It's not a hologram, and it's not a Matrix either. Oh, it was God. Well, okay, close. That's also close. You could say that because there is a creator, there is a false creator, there's a true creator. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to start changing my labels. I keep saying, so I'll do that for the next series. I'll start thinking about the next series, and I'm going to have to be real slick about how I do this series too, so this channel doesn't get shut down. Um, you have the true creator, and you can separate them. You can see the differences in between their work. Okay, you have the true creator, then you have the creator and the false creator. Now the creator and the false creator are the same. All right, so the creator and the false creator being the same, because the creator and the false creator divided themselves from the true creator's work. They were an energy, just like we all are, because we all think of ourselves, we're humans, and we think of ourselves as individuals, and I think we should consider ourselves individual. That was part of the creator and the false creator's work, and that was part of their system, and it worked good. And we can see how good it worked if we actually look at what the rulers of this earth do, because the rulers of this earth, human rulers that is, they stole the creator and the false creator's work, just like the creator and the false creator stole the true creator's work. And they're using it against us, the human population. It gets used against us. We're not told about it. I'm showing it to you every fucking day. I'm out here showing it to you, but nobody looks. Nobody's going to see it, you know, because that's the way it's set up. It's the way the whole system was set up that way. So, so everything that we can see with our own eyes, prove with our own eyes. You see what's just happened. Elon Musk buying Twitter. You know, jumps right on that shit, right? And everybody looks at that as that's a way of free speech. That's going to be the free speech. No, it's not. They all play off against each other and everything like that. It's a joke. It's not going to be anything about free speech. Um, you know, I have hopes in the back of my mind that somebody like Candace Owens or even Pastor Brooks, maybe even, but I think it would have to be somebody with a more famous name, would have to latch on to what I'm showing and go see it for themselves. Um, and then take it to the next level. But as soon as they do, they're going to be shut down. What I'm showing you is not something like, it's not one of the chosen sides. It's not one. It's not something that I picked out of all the, you know, am I a socialist? No, I don't believe in socialism. A capitalist? No, capitalism seems fucky to me too. Are you a realist? No, I'm not a realist because realists have a bad label as well. Are you a communist? No, I don't. I don't like communism. I think that's fucky too. You know, so there's no label to really label what it is I'm showing you. Are you a religious scholar? Like you know, YouTube will purposely, they do it. This is freaking good. YouTube does a lot of purposeful shit. That's pretty interesting. You know, like on my videos, if I'm watching my videos back, which I do, and because I want to see if everybody's able to see what I'm, you know, showing you, and not so much to hear what I got to say, but it is funny to listen to myself too. It's good for a laugh. But um, YouTube, to see what they put in place of what it is I'm talking about. Like I go against anybody that uses the terminology flat earth. That's not me. I've investigated all that stuff, and I feel bad for the flat earthers because I think they got fucked. I think the flat earthers were supposed to be the ones that were supposed to wake up, but they got taken down the wrong roads using terminology and thought process that is not anywhere near what I'm trying to show you. Um, so, you know, but yet YouTube will label me that. You know, they'll label me as a flat earther. They'll put down that they're trying to stop me from talking about the flat earth. I don't agree with the terminology at all. And the models are not right either or none of that shit. So, so no, you can't label me that. But they do anyway. Um, then you'll get, Like right now, I don't have any titles on my videos on the Miguel Everyone channel. There's no titles, and I watched this happen on the Michael Oziak channel a lot too. And look and see who YouTube will refer you to after you watch one of my videos. And they're going to be all religious-based church programs. They're mostly church programs. A couple of them will be sounds, like lightning sounds and shit like that and stuff like that. Because everyone sees this as clouds. Yeah, what the hell is this guy doing? What's it? No, I'm looking at the imagery in there. I'm looking at the imagery everywhere. And if I'm going in at the trees, I'm picking the imagery out of the trees. I'm trying to show you the energy that builds them. I'm trying to show you the triangular builders that builds everything in this realm. Everything. I'm trying to show you the true creator's work. That's how you're going to identify the energy that the true creator controls, the all one, the energy that we're all part of. But we as human beings, being a product of the creator and the false creator's work, then we are going to look at things differently, and we have individualism. So even though we all are one as an energy, we have individualism as human beings, and it should be that way. I don't see why it shouldn't. I don't see why we should do it any other way. That's the way the false creator did his build. The fucked up thing is that the creator slash false creator. The fucky thing is, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It really is. Um, just looking around. For years now, I've been doing these videos, and neighbors, friends, family, nobody will look, man. They will not fucking look. I've built EMNC boxes, which I'm going to do some videos on and show you the EMNC boxes and stuff, because every couple hundred videos I like to do, show people what it is I'm doing. But today's a very cloudy day. The sun's not in your eyes. The imagery is bold, and they're laying out all the right heavy metals and minerals for you to see the imagery really clearly, because you see all the colors, right? You see there's, I don't know, 100 different colors going on. Shades, not just colors. I do confuse people a lot of times because of the way that I talk. I'm fucked up. So, because I'm not an entertainer, and I don't really put anything into what I'm going to say, my thought process, nothing's written down anywhere. I'm not reading off a script. I don't cut camera. I don't keep cutting camera because I make mistakes and want to fix them so nobody sees the mistakes I make. Fuck that. Who gives a fuck? Really, seriously. It really is ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. Um, I'm always going off topic. I'm always running off topic. So the whole Elon Musk thing. So Elon Musk is going to run Twitter. Big deal. I mean, that's supposed to give you a freedom of speech. You don't have any freedom of speech. We never did. The sooner, otherwise, the shit that I'm showing you with the mineral streets would be the biggest thing on every fucking channel. CNN, Fox News, HBO, Netflix, Cinemax, every channel, everywhere, everybody would be talking about this. Every camera would be pointed at the sky. So we know that there's not. You only, at best, you have a couple thousand conspiracy sites that are conspiracy theorist sites that lead everybody in the wrong direction. That's why I went against Harold Kotz talking about them, or Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth. Why are they still calling them chemtrails when chemtrails was a psyop? Why are they going and having arguments at town meetings, as far as, what's her face there? Stop the crime. Stop the crime. Nice lady. But if she's not a CIA agent, I don't get the point of going and having these 3 and 5 minute arguments that really should be 12 to 15 hour debates. You're going to have to change up people. You're going to have to go in and keep changing people up, because you're going to tire people out with talking about everything that should be talked about and spoken about, and all the truth to be coming out. That's not happening anywhere. It's unbelievable today. It's unbelievable how anyone can miss all of this and not see what it is that's going through this fucking camera. I'm not believing it. I don't buy it. You're not wanting to see it. You don't want to look. You're running from it because this is fucking unbelievable. And it's like this all the time. But I mean, there's just some days that you have to say no. No fucking way. No way is anyone missing this. How could? Because they're not looking. That's why they'll refuse to look. Not only will they not look, but when you show it to them, they refuse to look. And then when you finally do get them to look even once, then they go back to some crazy conspiracy shit that they cannot prove. Doesn't make any sense, you know. That's my imagination. Look at this one. Look at this fucking thing. Let me try to get the angle for you. Let me find them again with my own eyes. Okay. And if you don't see it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What I'm trying to go at is this one right here. Eye, nose, and mouth. I mean, they're all over the place in here, but this one in particular just got me. Just like, there's a lot of them actually that I'm seeing right. Here's another one that I like. Where we get my finger in place. Let's see. Come back a little bit. Okay, here's a good one. Eye, nose, and mouth. That one should be clear for you, right? Clear as day, right? Is it a human or is it a beast? Let's see. Human. Yeah. I mean, I got some glare in my camera, but I mean, there's all over the fucking place. And I can come down here by the millions, of different images. But these large ones that you guys might catch, like there's this really huge one right here. Eye, nose, and mouth. And that's another thing I should learn to do too, is crop while I'm doing my work. There you go. Yeah, I probably could. I'm gonna probably try to do this once in a while. Crop while I'm doing videos. It's not a bad idea. But like I said, I'm out of time anyways. I mean, we're all out of time. My videos are going to get shut down. I'm going to lose access. I'm not going to be able to show anybody anything. And then I'm going to be laughing to myself. Not because I think it's funny, but because I have no choice but to laugh. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't argue with everybody. I can't, it's not really a battle that I can win. And I certainly not on my own. Um, I was saying in an earlier video too about it being 7.8 billion. I mean, where would I run to? Where would I go to get away from all the zombies, right? Where do you go? You can't. There's 7.8 billion zombies. There is no land anywhere that I could pick and choose and say, okay, we're gonna sell the house and go move to this area here because it's more conservative. That doesn't do me any good. They're more, this state's more liberal. That would say, nah, man, no. And then if you want to even go out of the states, what country would you run to? They're all fucking taken over. What are you going to go to Australia? Australia's been taken down, man, by the man. And so has, what are you going to run to Africa, right? If you're going to run to Africa, I'm thinking, okay, I'll go live in the rainforest and get the fuck away from all these nut jobs. No, Africa's been taken over by the whole shebang too. Every country's been taken over. It's like this everywhere. Um, so many lies, just so many lies. Trying so hard to come up with new terminology, but if I use it, then no one knows what I'm talking about. No one knows how to use the true creator's energy. We probably lost the true creator's energy only in the last couple thousand years, because you got to think, we went through the geocentric model, we were already losing it, but people still had a good idea of how. You can tell by looking at the ancients, the Romans, right? The ancient Romans, they were the first ones to bring the zero in. I'm pretty sure now. I'm starting to. I actually hired one of my son's friends who likes math to work on the 1 through 9 thing. Yeah, I wasn't that far off from what he came up with so far, and it's funny because he was saying the other day, I was asking him about the zeros. I'm like, well, I'd like to know when the zeros came in. He said, oh, I found that out. He said it was under the ancient Romans that the zero came in. I said, yeah, okay. So right before the ancient Romans, were they using the 1 through 9? Because I thought it was the Aztecs that were the last ones to use the 1 through 9. But maybe it was the ancient Egyptians that might have been using the 1 through 9. I don't know. And because we've been lied to so badly about everything, it's hard for anyone to know. So I can't rely on I don't know, what is he, 14 years old or something like that, 13. I can't rely on a 13, 14-year-old kid, but it's better than relying on anybody else. Okay, in other words, he gets his mathematical lies from the same people that everyone else does, right? From school, right? So if you're going to school and they teach you the lies, and you believe the lies, then all of a sudden you become an accountant or a mathematician and mathematician. So to me, that doesn't really do me that much good because they're all lies. He doesn't realize that, and I can't tell him that because, his father doesn't want him thinking outside the box. So I just tell him, what I'm looking for and the zeros and stuff like that. But I mean, Santos Bonacci. Santos Bonacci is a mathematical wizard. He's a fucking wizard, that guy. There's no reason why he should have been dealing with zeros all these years. Santos is older than I am. He should not have been doing that. He should have been doing the 1 through 9 math and letting everybody know you got to get rid of the zeros, the O's, and the circles. They do not belong in our system. But because he was stuck on that geocentric bullshit story, he believes in zeros, O's, and circles still. He uses zeros, O's, and circles like everybody else does. And it should not be. I don't care how crazy it sounds. It sounds crazy because everything I say is going to sound crazy because you're all a bunch of fucking liars and you all been lying to yourselves for the last, 6 to 10,000 years. So, okay, let yourself off the hook. It wasn't your fault. You didn't know. You were programmed, so what are you going to do? Your parents are programmed, grandparents are programmed. So, let yourself off the hook that way. Bypass the mirror neuron that way. But, don't keep denying it. Certainly don't deny it to someone who's showing the shit to you, which is what I keep getting. And it sucks. It sucks. It just feels useless. Um, so the 1 through 9 math, I'm onto it. I'm onto it. I'm getting close. It's that missing. I feel like I'm missing math 99 through 111. And he did the same thing when he wrote it out. I told him just take out the zeros, see what you come up with it, look at it, feel it out. I told him I'm trying to get through 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9 that way, and it feels funny to keep going back to from 9 to 11. Because when you get to the hundreds, when you get into hundredths, um, and that's only the beginning. Because once I figure out the 1 through 9, and if that really is going to work, if I don't care that I'm missing, uh, you know, 99 gets put in, but then you're missing 100 through 110. Let's put it that way, because you go from 99 to 111, and then so on and so forth as you keep adding, taking out zeros as you go. So that changed up the clock. The clock, I love the fucking clock. The clock feels nice to use it. I've been using it. I have to work out how many minutes are going to be in an hour. I'm not going to call an hour anymore. I'm not going to call a clock o'clock because it's not an o'clock anymore. I'm going to change the shape of it. I'm going to bring it back to a pie. Uh, I'm going to bring it back to a visual pie rather than um, the other way, than a circle or an O, whatever. So yeah, so they're stripping America, but it's nothing new. That's the part that bothers me. Everyone's acting like it's something that's only been happening recently, and it's all because this one's in office. And no, man, it's been going on all along from the day we started it, from the day that Constitution was put together, and the day the Bill of Rights was put together. And you may say, well, how does he know what he's talking about? Because you'll hear me in one moment talking to my daughter and saying, oh my God, I thought that. She said there was only 27 amendments, 27 amendments. I said, wow, that sounded low. I thought there was like, hundreds or thousands of amendments. And then I thought that bills were based on amendments. So in other words, or first came the bill and then the amendment. So you had the Bill of Rights, and then to the Bill of Rights came these amendments. And then on top of that, you got all these laws that are put into place. And then laws are created off of all those bills and amendments. So that keeps it simple for me. That keeps it simple so I can understand and get the gist of it. Um, but I was surprised to hear that there were only 27 of them. So you might think to yourself, well, what the fuck's this guy know about them? Well, I can tell you what, we don't live by any of them. That's been obvious all along. We don't live by any of those amendments. We say that we do, and they'll keep telling you that you do, even though you don't. They're locking up your fucking family and friends like they're going out of style based on these ridiculous laws. Jailing people for the shit that we jail people for, and then they'll change it around and they'll say, oh, this guy's nuts, he wants to let people off who are doing crimes. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when things are not a crime, then don't treat them as a fucking crime. So if it's not a crime to be uh, unaffording your, let's say, child support payments, like I brought up before, for example, or if your car cannot get an inspection sticker, and then you can't afford to do the repairs that your car needs for an inspection, so then all of a sudden you're driving along, you get several tickets, and then you get for having bad inspection sticker. They take your car off the road because you can't get a sticker. This could be for a numerous amount of laws. Maybe the seatbelt law, right? Seatbelts don't work, so therefore your car cannot get a safety inspection, and you fail inspection. You don't have the money to fix the seatbelts, so now this law that was created in the 80s all of a sudden starts affecting your life. And then you say, okay, well, I don't have any money. I'm trying to get back and forth to work. Everything is up. The gas alone, the food. So what, you're going to start taking the bus? No, you're going to have to keep getting back and forth to work on your car. And then your car's unregistered, so they pull you over. They arrest you. Eventually, they'll pull you over and ticket you, tow your car, got to get your car out of impoundment, got to go to court, got to do a missed work, got to do all this shit, and then it eventually gets worse and worse and worse, and to the point where now you're a third time offender of driving without a registered vehicle or some shit like that. They lock you in fucking jail. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. And we just keep on doing it. We all just go along with the shit.